media technologies in the research, planning, construction and evaluation. In this question, I'll be discussing how I've used different technologies in the research, planning, construction and evaluation parts of my coursework. Throughout my coursework, I have aimed to use different technologies as I want to achieve the highest grade possible. The first piece of technology I used was Blogger. The technology allowed me to clearly present my work using different technologies such as YouTube videos, as I could embed them within the site. One of the first pieces of technologies we used was SurveyMonkey. I used this technology as it allowed me to quickly send out questions to my primary audience, and it also allowed me to present these results and graphs, which was helpful as it gave me a better understanding of what our primary audience wanted in the final three products. I then presented these findings in technology called Infogram, which allowed me and my partner to present our findings in a clear and presentable way. Here you can see our SurveyMonkeys and Infogram. We then used a DSLR camera along with a tripod, as it allowed us to film a steady shot while recording our audience interviews. We used this technology as it was the best way to show what our primary audience felt that our alternative rock genre needed to include in our final three products. Using the Nikon DSLR camera at this stage of the coursework was extremely beneficial to us, as it allowed us to experiment with settings and allowed us to change it in order to film in the best quality possible. An example of this was setting the ISO to 100. Another reason we did interviews was it was another method instead of using as a conventional method such as a questionnaire using SurveyMonkey. This allowed the interviewee to expand on their answers instead of choosing set answers on the survey. This allowed the answers to be in greater detail. We edited the footage using iMovie as it allowed us. It was an easy program to use. Using this software was fairly easy, however it was quite time consuming as we had to edit in between each answer. However, it was a good experience for us as it allowed us to have some editing experience before we edited the final music video. For production roles, we used Powtoon. This program allowed us to creatively present our task, which required us to research production roles for our music video, Digipack and website page. We have researched a number of roles from pre-production and post-production, explaining some of the important roles through a Powtoon slideshow, which we uploaded via YouTube. To ensure the use of different technologies, creating a production role slideshow holds the purpose of helping us understand what jobs are required when creating a music video, Digipack and website at all stages of production. We can apply some of these roles to our own project, making sure that we had the right candidates. We felt that it was important to use as many different technologies as possible, as we felt that was the most appropriate piece of technology to use for this task. Now go on to my individual research tasks. For my individual research tasks, I had to analyse a music video, website page and Digipack for an artist or a band from my chosen genre. The band I chose was the 1975 as they were a conventional alternative rock band. Firstly, I had to analyse a music video, website and Digipack from this band and use various technologies to do so. For the essay, I used Microsoft Word for the essay for the music video, as I thought it was the most effective way to present my research. I then analysed the website using Windows Expression, as you can see here, which allowed me to screen record as well as use a microphone to show the conventions used within alternative rock websites. This was my favourite piece of technology I have used throughout the project, as it was easy and effective when it came to analysing the website. I was able to clearly show what was being analysed, as it allowed me to voice record at the same time as recording the screen, which made it easier for me and the viewer when it came to understand the conventions used within the alternative rock websites. I uploaded the screen recording via YouTube. Lastly, I used Prezu. Which allowed me to analyse each aspect of the digipack in an interesting way. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a hold of the Night 75 digipack, which if I had, I would have probably used a video recording using a DSLR camera. So instead of this, I overcame this problem by searching for digipacks on Google, then including them, copy and pasting them into my Prezu, and included voiceovers to analyse the digipack. I was familiar with this technology as I used it in my AS coursework. When it came to applying for production roles, I wanted to use something different, and that's something that would look good and was clear and presentable. Luckily, I found a site called Infogram, which allowed me to create graphics and allowed me to write a list of information of the roles I was applying for in a creative way. For the planning page, I want to reuse some of the technologies that we have already used, which were effective. However, we want to include some new technologies. For our first task, we had to create a lyric image video for our chosen song. The song we chose was Blink-182, All of This. As well as doing this lyric image video, we conducted lyric image analysis. The lyric image video gave us examples of ideas that we could explore for our music video. We created this by finding images across the web which we thought would link to the lyrics, helping us and ourselves and the audience visualise the lyrics better. The video plays the song Blink-182, All of This, and was created using iMovie. Eventually, we exported this to YouTube, which we could then embed into Blogger. We decided to use iMovie again for this task, as it had the required features that we wanted to use for the task. This included music overlay and slideshow of pictures. Doing this task was beneficial as creating a lyric image video. We had discovered multiple ideas that we could use in our music video. An example of this includes video could have some scenes of the artist looking towards the sky when he is singing the lyrics, tear the sky apart, keeping cohesion between the lyrics and visuals. Our actor for the narrative side of the part of the video, he could appear lonely, isolated at the beginning, again establishing a sense of cohesion between the slow-paced lyrics and the start of the song and visuals. Overall, the elements included within our lyric image video will influence our planning, because we can use some of the on-screen visuals as plots within our narrative. Due to the lyrics themselves, our video will most likely follow a male and female character. although our ideas can continue to develop. Having reviewed our audience research, our video will include both performance and narrative based on the content the song requires. Also conforming to Andrew Goodwin's theory. For our next task, we had to plan for the website, music video, digipack and more. Me and my partner split these two tasks equally, meaning that I had to do website and music video. For these tasks I used Infogram and a Powtoon. Here you can see my website planning ideas. Below for the music video planning I used a Infogram, which allowed me to embed YouTube videos as well as list information to back up these ideas. We then used a Nikon DSLR camera with a tripod to film our pitch. The next task required me and my partner to create 3 ideas of the music video. To do this, we wanted to do something different. We decided that since we were hand drawing our ideas, the best way to present this was on the blog was simply to scan in the drawings on the PC and embed them into our blog. We did this as we felt that was the most effective way to present our ideas. Go to the top of our page. Another piece of technology we used in our planning page was emailing. We used this to get permission for our filming locations and to also stay in contact with one another, so that we didn't fall behind, and to plan our final 3 products. In our construction stage of the coursework, we used a variety of technologies when creating the music video. We used a Nikon DSLR camera again, as it allowed us to film at 1080p. Using this camera was convenient as it allowed us to quickly upload the footage using an SD card reader, as it saved all the footage on an SD card. At this stage of the coursework, me and my partner were comfortable with using the camera as we had used it in previous tasks, such as the pitch and our draft music video. We knew that how to film in the highest quality. We needed to change the ISO to 100 and change the FPS to 24, as these settings were commonly used in Hollywood films and music videos. We also used the tracks, which enabled us to film tracking shots smoothly, which was one of the improvements we had to make from our draft music video. When it came to editing the music video, we used Sony Movie Studio Platinum. The main reason for this was that we found Final Cut a little bit too complicated, and myself, I had experience using Sony Platinum previously. This gave us a bit of a head start as we had an idea on how to use this program. Adding effects such as grayscale was extremely easy to implement, as we just had to select the duration of the scene we wanted in grayscale. It also allowed us to accurately cut to the beat of the music for the start and end of our music video, where we used jump cuts. If we were to film the music video again, I would probably hide out the lights for the inside scenes. This meant that the quality of the footage wasn't as good as the outside footage, as inside it was quite dark, meaning that we had to change the ISO to a higher setting. When it came to creating digipack, we used many technologies which we were familiar with from the first year of media. One prominent technology we used was Adobe Photoshop. As you can see here, I'll create a video of us creating the inside image of our digipack. In creating a digipack, we used tools such as the black and white filter, creating continuity between the image and music video, levels, curves, and the masking tool to add emphasis on the lighter, which allowed me to make the audience focus on the important parts of the image from the image, which they could relate to through props. Dafont.com was a website we used to get typefaces for a digipack website that matched our genre. We used this site as it had a variety of fonts which were unique. When it came to creating a website, we used Wix.com. We used this site as it was simple yet effective in the tools it had. The tools available to us would allow us to implement conventions used in other alternative rock websites. Features such as Twitter live feed came in handy, as our primary audience would use this feature considering their age group as digital natives. We used HTML within the site to include these features. When it came to taking photos for the digipack and website, we used a DSLR camera, Nikon DSLR camera, again, since it allowed us to capture high quality images due to the versatility of the camera, adapting to different environments, as it gave us control of the ISO, aperture, and more. In the evaluation stage of a coursework, I want to use technologies that I felt would best present each question. I used screen recordings for 2 of my questions, as I felt it was visually important to back up the information I was giving out. I also used a video recording for another, as I felt was appropriate for the question, as visuals weren't required. For the final question, I used a Prezi with voiceovers, as I only had used this technology once. Thanks for listening.